Remember, the goal here is just to get as much electrical things as possible plugged in to give the car no excuse not to start. We don't know whether we've shot ourselves in the foot because there's still a heat shield to go in here, but there is this wire here still left over, and with the yellow plug on, that means it's part of the airbag or the crash system. And we need to make sure all of that is all plugged in and ready to go, because if we try and start the car and something's unplugged, it might stop us from being able to start it. But for some reason, Lamborghini don't list anything to do with like airbags on the site that we're looking at. We know this is going to be for a crash sensor because there's the same plugs which are on the very front, which I'll show you. So I've just Googled the part number and ordered a Volkswagen Audi crash sensor, and it looks like, oh, it does go in there perfectly. Look at that. Goes in there, slots in. Oh yes. I can't remember what car this was actually on. But could this be the reason why the car wouldn't start or it wouldn't clear the crash data? Because it had one crash sensor which wasn't plugged in. You never know. These newer cars are so sensitive to things like this. Let's hope. That should be all the airbag system fully connected now. Curtain airbags in, steering wheel airbag in, passenger side airbag in, seat airbags in, and all the crash sensors on. Great stuff. Now we have so much more plugged in, but there's one last thing I want to put in before we try and start it, and that's the coolant. And because the cooling system is so big, we need to make sure that we don't get any air locks or air bubbles in there. So best way to do that is, as we've learned, generally Volkswagen Audi cars tend to be okay with airlocks because they put the coolant tank so high up, so any air rises out. But we're not going to risk it. We are going to try and vacuum fill this so we can suck all the air out that's in and then replace it with coolant. But generally they tend to be okay, but let's see. We need to put our vacuum filler into the coolant reservoir, plug the hole up nicely, then attach the air line to it. I'm going to turn on the compressor. Oh! And now this is going to blow pressurized air across the coolant reservoir, sucking out all the air inside the cooling system. Once we've sucked a vacuum, I can turn the tap off, and you can see we're holding negative pressure, so there's no leaks. Then I can grab my Valvoline coolant, fill the pipe up with only coolant so there's no air actually in the pipe before I put it on.